I am so glad that you are joining me today. I guarantee you that this will be a financial, life-changing few minutes that we'll be spending. I guarantee you that. Today's topic is how to recession-proof your money, including your retirement savings, investments, and IRA plans, etc. You must have seen this thing on the national news also, but let's just keep on going. Whether it was on the news or not, that does not matter. But what you are going to get out of it is going to be life-changing experience for you and take your money to whole new levels that you may not have thought possible. So please join with me. All right. So you must have already seen the but every day you look at the news, and then finally Steve Forbes came up. So he said, "Well, there is a big financial crisis brewing, and what's ahead is a recession coming up for the U.S. economy." All right. So these things that I'm talking about are for the U.S. Consumers. So please listen very close. Now, this is David Starkman. He's the former Reagan budget director, and he says, yes, okay, that there's a fiscal bloodbath coming ahead. And there are warnings all over the place. See, I don't have to say this thing. You turn on the TV every day or any kind of news that okay, and it's the global economy also, and especially with the tariffs and stuff like that. Now, this is a very, very difficult time that we are going through. And so preparing for it is the key for you and your financial success. Because why financial security is so important is if you lose money somewhere, right? Okay. Well, I do not know about you, but most of the studies they say that your health gets affected, because you cannot take that shock of losing your hard-earned money. Then family relationships start getting affected with these things. So, folks, this is very serious, and today I'm going to share with you some of the proven and time-tested strategies. All right. So now let's get into it. Say you have a $500,000 in your savings or retirement or IRAs or 401ks or even combined. That's how much you are. That's on the lower end, and many of our clients are in millions and millions. See, so all right, and the market just goes down 10% only, folks. This is not me. Don't take it that I'm trying to scare you. No, no, no. This is the reality. And if we face the reality, then we can do something about it. If we know that we have a problem, we can fix it. But if we don't even want to think that, see, okay, there could be a problem, and, see, then this is what could happen. You'll guaranteed lose 50,000 instantly. Now, remember last financial and housing crash. In that one, in 2007, 8, and 9, it went down. The markets went down 40 to 60%. You lost 40 to 60% of your hard-earned money in your retirement plan, savings, and stuff like that. Anyway, now just imagine how long will it take for you, or how long did it took you to save that much money that you instantly lost, because either you just kept on saying that, oh, I'll get to it, I'll get to it, and then the recession starts, and there is nothing you can do about it, all right? Or you did not know what to do to protect it. And this is what I'm going to show you, and these are just not, don't take my word for it, I'm going to prove to you everything, all right? So it is just not, all right. Now imagine that if the market goes down 20%, you'll guaranteed lose $100,000 instantly. And like I said, okay, last time these things went down to okay, as much as 60%. Anyway, now how long will it take for you to save that 100,000 that you instantly lost? Folks, this is for your own good. Think about it. I'm not trying to scare you. All right. So, well, my name is Bir Grewall, and in my own community, people don't even know what I do because all my life, my clientele has been mainstream upper America, and but now I could not sit back with all of these things going on, and with humbleness, if I may say so, okay, professionally. I'm a top recommended financial strategist advisor and an author. And because of my track record that none of our clients lost any money during that 2007, 8, and 9 housing as well as financial crash, that is why you must have seen me on the national media. They were asking what are the strategies, and I'm going to share those ones with you, and I'm founder of Financial Advisors of America Inc., one of the fastest growing financial strategies company. And now again, coming back to it, this is just not the regular financial things growing and or brewing, but folks, Time magazine came up that okay, this IRAs and 401ks are in big trouble too, okay, and they said what to do instead. And I'll share it with you, the Federal Reserve Bank study also, and what they are recommending. Now, NBC did a retirement crisis report, and so they said the great 401k experiment has failed for many Americans, and that is the reason probably Mr. Trump came up with these more options to shore up this thing. Recently came up with more options for IRAs and 401ks and stuff like that. And but those ones, even though yes, they are good options, you have more variety of things, but they could be very risky also. All right. And, you know, another thing is, I mean, anyway, let's just keep on going. Your time is very important to me. That's why I want to just keep it to, I'm trying to rush it, and give you all the knowledge within just these few minutes that we have together. Okay. And so please listen close. We also show you how to take this money. First, we'll show you how to loss proof it, and then show you how to take this money, okay, in a liquid, safe, and tax-free environment, folks. And it has to be in this order. Why? Because in 2007, 8, and 9, many of you must have experienced the same thing when the market started going down and you went to okay, to take your even your IRAs and 401ks out or your money out, and they were logged. And the reasoning given at that time was that this will affect the UK, the national economy, and it is being done in the national interest, so that way there is no run on the banks, UK, and collapse the economy completely. So no, 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 no. Knowing what I know, UK, I want your money to be liquid. If ever you don't feel comfortable, and you can just even with a telephone call, take your money out. Uh, and put it wherever you want to. I want you to be in control of your money rather than those IRAs and 401k. plans and stuff like that. And then your money should be safe from losses. You should not lose any penny of your hard-earned money. Folks, these are big claims I'm making right here. Yes, okay, but these are all true, and I'm going to prove everything to you. All right? And then if the money is in tax-free environment, rather than taxable or tax deferred, like there's a IRAs and 401ks, you will get much more payout for the same dollars in tax-free environment. And I'm going to show you everything. It is just not that, hey, just take my word for it. Now, Warren Buffett says, yes, okay, these are his two rules of investing. First one is do not lose money, and the second one is don't forget rule number one. And in that, then he also says that, hey, the fastest and the quickest money to be made is in the stock market. And in that same breath, he says that that's where most of the people lose their life savings also. So, no, 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 no. Yes, you mustn't get the stock market returns, but without losing, and I'm going to show it to you. All right, folks, today's subject is, yes, okay, we show you how to recession proof or loss proof your money no matter what happens to the stock market. Okay, and Warren Buffett just said, see, the money is in the market, but that's where people lose in. We are going to show you how to get only the upside of the stock market without the downside risk, no matter what happens to the economy during the last 2007, 8, and 9. The companies and funds that we use did not miss a beat. So our clients are way ahead of other people who recovered since that last thing. See, just imagine that. All right. So no matter what happens to the economy, I just discussed, no matter what happens to the taxes, it doesn't matter whether it's one party or the other party. One party says, okay, we'll increase taxes. The other one says, no, 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 I want you to be completely funky and free from all of these stresses. Okay, and you'll yourself see it. Now, we do not realize this is something new we have just added. Okay, this is our proprietary product. No matter what happens to your health, folks, listen close, please. We never stop to think about these things, in our day-to-day life, because we are so busy in the daily grind struggles that we never think about it, that we are the money-making machine for ourselves and our families. Now, what if this machine breaks down? You have health problems like heart attack, stroke, cancer, or something like that, and at that time you're running to the doctors and hospitals, your income stops, bills don't stop, and for most of the people, financial disaster starts. And also, not only this thing, there is a much more far-reaching effect of that one too, because we tend to not think the negative. You'll see, okay, with our savings and retirement plans and stuff, we many times we think, well, they will still be good, even if I have health problems. No, 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 no. If you are not feeding money into those ones, they will not grow. All right. And so, from every angle, and then when you are not feeding you see that money making machine there, it's going to be disastrous, and it will delay your recovery also, because you are not bringing in the money and not feeding those savings and retirement plans and stuff like that. Okay, you are under so much stress that you cannot even heal fast. I hope nothing ever happens to anyone, okay? But we have, with our planning, okay, we cover all different bases, so that way I want my clients to be, okay, for lack of better word, funkies, so that way they are enjoying life. That okay, let's just keep on going. All right. with our how it is different. We incorporate time-tested financial strategies, right? And then we incorporate laws governing money and IRS rules and stuff, yes, okay, to accomplish what all I've been discussing with you. All right. Now, let me just quickly just share it with you. I just didn't wake up one day, you see, and then just became you see, okay, very successful. No, 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 no. Way back in 1999, I lost my custom hilltop home in Aliso Viejo, California. And, because I did not know, I was just like ordinary advisors, you see, okay, and ordinary people, and I did not know. And when you see the downturn happened a little bit, you see, okay, I lost everything. That is when I set out. It took me over 10 years to learn the rules of the games. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars, and read all the financial books, and took all the seminars. At that time, they didn't have webinars, there were seminars. I would be going across the country and looking for those nuggets, of every successful person. Everyone has their own niche, see. So I collected those nuggets and put them together, and the result came out to be amazing. And when that last housing and financial crash happened, that is where it was my proudest moment, that none of our clients lost any money. And so let me just share it with you. Proof our strategies worked and worked. And so while others lose money in the stock market when it goes down, okay, here is the thing. With our strategic setup, this is the key. Our clients' money has grown consistently and in that same funds. All right. Here we are taking an example of S&P 500. Whenever we sit in the car or turn on the TV, we hear this thing today, S&P 500 went up or down or whatever it is. It's within that same fund. And the key thing is how we set it up. You're right. This is part of that 10 years, after losing my house back in 1995 that I learned. See, all right. And so now here it is. Now let me just share it with you a disclaimer. These facts are true though, right? However, these are to be taken as an example only. Example only. I insist on that because your numbers will be different. And it can be different, or it could be because there are so many variables that go into it. But this is an example here, but it is a true example. All right, way back in 1999, you see, okay, there is $500,000 put into that same S&P 500. Remember, I mentioned the setup is the key. How we set it up is, yes, and that the money goes when the market goes up, you go up along with it to a cap. There is a cap, and then at the end it becomes a okay, reset point. You have kept the gains up till that time also. Now this becomes a new point. And then when the market goes down, the money automatically freezes. By the way, you do not have to worry about it. Okay, this is all done automatically. All right. And then after that 2 years, when the market started going up, yes, we started going up too. All right. And up to that cap. Now here it is 2007, 8, and 9. All right. And when that crash happened. All right. With us, I was getting the same calls from my clients too. They were nervous. Hey, I can't even get into my account and whatnot. Okay, but I told them, hey, ordinary people were concerned about that. With our clients, I told them, you do not have to worry. You are safe. Okay, you do not have to take your money out. You are safe. And now, at the end of this one. Yes, okay, they were right here. Now, just imagine this account is over $1 million, and this is come down to that $500,000 till 418. By the way, please, no, 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 no. I'm not trying to put down S&P 500. I'm giving it as an example, and that's one of the best. S&P 500 is one of the best places to invest, and that's how the economy is determined. No, 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 no. This just as an example only I'm giving. All right. So now let's move on. Now, if the market goes up 10% here, this will go up about 42,000, and this will be over 1.7 million. I mean, 107,000. All right. So, folks, this is the difference between that, and then we show you how to grow, compound, and pay out all that money tax free. Yes, okay, all of this thing, money is all tax free. Just wanted to share this thing with you. All right. And besides this thing, we showed you how ordinary people can become millionaires. Yes, okay. And millionaires become billionaires. Here is the example. All right. Again, folks, knowing how the money works is the key, and that is my the 10 years that I spent after losing my house in Aliso Viejo. This is what I learned. All right. Here is a dollar doubling every period for 20 periods in tax-free environment in this side right here. All right. Versus a dollar doubling every period in taxed as earned. And that's this one right here. Folks, let me give you another disclaimer here too. We will never be a party to advising our clients to lie or cheat on their taxes. No, 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 no. Everyone must pay their fair share because we are using the roads and all the utilities and everything, okay, that has been done in with our taxes. All right, we may not agree with the way that money is spent, but no, no, no. But the key thing is everyone must pay their fair share of taxes. However, I'm going to next show you IRS says that if you set up the money in a certain direction, and then you can have the money and you have it all in tax-free environment. See, just like we talk about the millionaires and billionaires don't pay any taxes, they have perfected what you are going to see in the next slide onward. Now, let's just say another thing, it does not have to be okay, 20 years or 20 months or anything. No, 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 no. It can be 20 days, 20 months, 20 years, does not matter. They just grab the concept. All right. So that $1 after paying taxes go to 1.67, whereas tax free it will grow to like $2, and then just keeps on going, and this side it will come out to be about $28,000. All right. However, you gain tax-free environment, it's going to be over 1 million. All right. So this is how ordinary people can become millionaires, and if you are already a millionaire, you just add some zeros to that. Okay, that's all. There is no. All right. Now, IRAs and 401ks, yes, are in the middle, about in the middle because they are tax deferred. All right. And so, knowing what I know, I do not own an IRA or a 401k, and I never will because I know about the better option right here. All right. So, how do you make the money? How do you come out of this position into this position? All right. Let's take a look at it. IRS says, well, if you set up your money according to these codes and then you comply with the okay, DEFRA, TEMRA laws, of 1982, 84, and okay, this thing was challenged in the Supreme Court. They said, well, this is too much, okay, leverage for the IRS and stuff, right? But in 1988, it became the law of the land. See that if you set up the money according to these IRS sections, especially 7702, 72E, and 101, okay, you can have your cake and eat it too. That's how you come out of this position into this one. All right, folks, and that is the reason, yes, okay, that none of our clients lost any money also. Then how they have grown, and that was the reason that I had been, yes, okay, on the national news. It was much more than this one too. You're right. So what is the winning money strategies? Okay, and again, the richest man on earth. I just shared with you. I just went hit a mental block. Okay, and so they say, okay, money, the maximum money is in the stock market, right? And how you not lose it is you use this strategy. Remember, I showed you that get only the upside of the stock market up to the cap, then lock it in and keep all the gains up till that time too. Then that becomes in the second year, that becomes a new reset point with all the gains included, right? And then you restart that one, and that is the winning strategy. Now, here is a little bit of a little ditty, you know. Now, in this example, please bear with me, do not go ahead, right? Here is $100,000, okay. Now, in this example, it is you make 10% in a year, and then you lose 10%. Here you made 10%, you lost 10%. You keep on going for 10 years, all right? So the average person will say, we will never get anywhere, right? Matter of fact, you actually lose because of the 10% and stuff, it was 110%, $10,000, and then you go to 99,000 and stuff like that. So, okay, well, with us, that same strategy that I just shared it with you, you get to keep the profits also up to 10%, right? And then this becomes a new reset point, and then when the market goes down, your money is frozen. Then you again went up 10% and so on. And okay, it comes out to be $161,000. And in other words, you made 61% gains. And the average person, you ask them, hey, what if you made 10%, lost 10%, made 10%, they will say, you will never get anywhere in life. And here you made 69% more money for that same one. While with our strategies. Again, folks, this is nothing. I have no magic wand in my hands. This is knowledge is power, and this is what I gained after losing my house in 1995. Okay. Another knowledge base, yes, you're right. If you lost $25,000, right, you have to make 33% gain just to come back to that where you were before. And if you lost 50%, see, like they did in 2007, 8, and 9, and you have to make 100% gain. And imagine how long will it take to come back to that to make up that losses, right? And but our clients, since they did not lose, they are way ahead of other people who recovered from those losses. Yes, yeah, right. And so, folks, this is how the game of money is played. And I'm no different. I'm just like, and I had been like you. But that 1995 losing that house taught me made me broke for a while, and while I was collecting all those nuggets, but it got me onto the quoted on the national media over there too. All right, so let's move on. Also, if you are a homeowner with built up equity, all right, many of you who even in 2008, 9, and 10, you thought all that built up equity in your home. Most of us thought that, hey, that's my money. No, 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 no. That equity, number one, is has zero rate of return. The house will grow. Whether you have equity, you leave the equity in the house or not, it will still grow as much. Then, but that equity is not yours, and many of you found it the hard way that when the housing crashed and you lost everything there. All right, and for most of the people, that was you had become millionaires on the in that home equity thing, and also, no, no, no. There is a way to do things. Now, folks, this is the Federal Reserve Bank. They are saying again that there is a housing bubble growing. And I'm not trying to scare you or anything. Do not take in. But this is the reality. You're looking at it. And in many markets in the US, the thing has already started going down. And so it is to your advantage to tap into this thing because before they freeze that thing that you cannot touch your equity anymore. Folks, let me repeat it. Before they will freeze that you cannot take that equity out anymore, and no, you have to take action and take it fast. And just 2 days ago, there was a thing that the lenders have started to tighten up the market, that it's getting more and more difficult to get home equity loans. You can pull the money, the equity money out because they know that there's a bubble is happening and it could burst anytime. All right. Folks, again, no, this is the reality. Let's say you have a $500,000 home, and in California, you can't even get a small little condo for that. But anyway, okay. So you have a $500,000 home, and your prices go down 10%. You will guaranteed lose $50,000, folks. It's not me trying to scare you. All right. And now just imagine how long will that take? That you lost instantly because you did not know how to do it, or you kept on saying, well, tell you what, I'll get to it, and then when you see the neighbor's house now going down, everyone in panic is cutting their prices and stuff. That's when you go, but by that time, probably you cannot even pull your equity out. So the time to protect it is now, and that was just 10%. This is 20% here. All right. You will guaranteed lose $100,000 instantly. And just imagine how long will it take for you to save that 100,000 that you lost instantly because either you procrastinated or you did not know how to use it. Now, after this one, you'll not have any excuse until unless you want to use it, just not face the reality. All right. So, here is the Federal Reserve Bank, that just warned us that there is a bubble coming after the last housing crash. They had done a study. Federal Reserve Bank did a study, and at that time they said, "Wait, if any of the people had some equity left, it should be separated and put to work to boost your retirement and to reduce your risk. Why this thing is so important? By the way, yes, okay, retirement, they are saying to put it into IRAs and 401ks, but like I showed you, we have a much better program than yes, yeah, that MFTAI program that I was telling you. Yes, okay, where you have it all grow, compound, and pay out in tax-free environment rather than that tax deferred as the IRAs and 401ks. That's just our knowledge, right? But they did the right thing because most of the people don't know what I know. All right, after losing everything. All right. Now here is the big thing, folks. You probably know in January, that the fires in Los Angeles. All right. At that time, yes, okay, thousands of homes were lost in a couple of days. All right. Why the Federal Reserve Bank is saying to reduce your risk? Because the people who did not take out that equity, right, lost everything. However, if you had done it the way they are recommending in here, right, that equity homes are meant to be lived in and not to store cash. All right, just remember this thing. So that's what Federal Reserve Bank is saying that hey, you should get the money out. Excuse me. And it should be in a side fund there, so that way, in case whatever happened in Los Angeles or it happens everywhere, there are fires going on even right now, okay, um, everywhere. So, if you had lost that home, it's very sad. No one, no, I wish it the best for everyone. No one should go through that kind of trauma. But if you had same thing, yeah, if you had pulled out that equity, you could, even though it is sad that your house burned down and it will take years to rebuild, and at that time you could have pulled some of that money out that is in your side fund. You put a down payment on another home, and you would be resuming your life. Whereas another big thing, folks, listen very close, very close. If even if the house burns down, your house payments are still due. All right, and if you do not make three consecutive payments, and the bank um, can and will foreclose on you, right? And the ones they foreclose the fastest on is the one that have the most amount of equity, because they know they can recover their money quick, fast, and they can sell that house cheap because of all the equity in there, right? But if you had pulled it out, that equity, then the bank will say, "Oh, we'll work with you. We'll work with you. You can try to arrange some money, borrow some money from friends and family, and we'll work you," because they are trying to get the maximum money from you. And so that's the you see, okay, some of our clients, when the equity is going up, they are just pulling it out every year because they do not, they want to keep the odds in their favor and have it in a side fund. And remember, I showed you grow in that stock market the way it is. All right, so and so where to put that money for the safe and consistent growth? We already shared it with you. These are the options available. By the way, anything that I'm saying, please, I am not saying you need to do it. I'm just giving you the knowledge only. Yes, okay. I'm just the messenger only. Decision is completely yours and yours alone. And if you don't want to do anything, absolutely, I will feel good that I have done my job of warning you of some of the things. Yes, okay. And what are your options available? And with the reasonings on those ones. And so, again, now let's just conclude. Federal Reserve Bank is saying that there's a housing bubble, and then okay, there is a recession coming up, folks. Once the recession starts, then it is too late. You cannot do anything at that time. So time to protect it now, and now as a giving back to my community. All right, and remember, I told you my clientele had been all my life, see, the upper class America, and I charge a retainer fee of minimum $5,000, to get started with my advice that usually comes down to what I just shared with you. All right. However, since money is not the only thing, see, and no, 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 no. My father told me when I was young, he used to say, son, when you grow up, try to uplift others, see, and just do not get into that, see, okay, grabbing onto the money part of it. He goes, no, 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 no. Try to help uplift other people, see, okay, and the satisfaction you will get will be the best thing. And that's where, as a giving back to my community, I am offering you a 20-minute private consultation, yes, you're right, where I will analyze your situation and you know, and give you recommendations. And this is completely free for a limited time only. Yes, okay. I have a regular clientele that I have to, but then I just couldn't. I said, well, before the start of this thing, let me make this amazing offer to you. I'm offering a 20-minute consultation, and you please book it at the link below, and over there, there is a confidential questionnaire also. Please fill that thing out. People with okay, if I have that knowledge, then only I can make some recommendations on you. And that's all confidential. It will never go out. And I'm a professional. And however, the preference will be given to those people who fill out that form, and I will share it with you. What your options will be, and then you decide if you want to. Yes, okay. Whether you decide to do business with me or not, that's not the issue. I'm not. Please do not take this thing as that I was trying to do a sales job on you. No, 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 no. This is my truly a giving back to the community thing. I hope I have been able to, give you value for this time, like I told you in the very beginning, that it's going to be a financial life changing. All right. So please do one thing though, whether you do business with me or not. Although it's not even about doing the business, yes, you okay, and I'm not even charging you any fee, yes, you okay, and no, 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 no. This is just for me, selfless service, giving back to the community. All right. And then please share, forward, post, let others benefit also. And that's where it is. I wish you the very, very best. Please do one thing. This, the recession and the housing crash. Do not take my word for it. This is a reality. It has to happen this way because things been going so high, and they have to correct themselves. So please do take action. All right. And without that, it will be you who will be losing out. You can no one else. With that, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, to that you gave me time to listen to what I have to offer. And with that, thank you so much. I'll wait to hear from you if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye bye.